Climate change are threat to human well-being and health of the planet. Taking action now can resecure our future. Berlin, Feb 28. Human-induced climate change is causing dangerous and widespread disruption in nature and affecting the lives of billions of people around the world. Despite efforts to reduce the risks, people and ecosystems least able to cope are being hardest hit, said scientists in the latest Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change (IPCC) report released today. This report is a dire warning about the consequences of inaction, said Housing Lee, chair of the IPCC. It shows that climate change is a grave and mounting threat to our well-being and healthy planet. Our actions today will shape how people adapt the nature response to increasing climate risks. The world faces unavoidable multiple climate hazards over the next 2 decades with global warming of 1.5 degrees Celsius, approximately 2.7 degree Fahrenheit. Even temporarily exceeding this warning level will result in additional severe impacts, some of which will be irreversible. Risk for society will increase, including to infrastructure and low-lying coastal settlements. The summary for policymaker of the IPCC working group to report climate change 2K22 impacts, adaptation and vulnerability was improved on Sunday, February 27, 2022 by 195 members government of the IPCC through a virtual improved session that was held over 2 weeks, starting on February 4th, 14th February. Urgent action required to deal with increasing risks. Increased heat wave, droughts and floods are already exceeding plants and animals' tolerance threshold, driving mass mortalities in species such as trees and corals. These weather extremes are occurring simultaneously, causing cascading impacts that are increasingly difficult to manage. They have exposed millions of people to acute food and water insecurity, especially in Africa, Asia, Central and South America, on small lands and in the Arctic. To avoid mounting loss of life, biodiversity and infrastructure, ambitious accelerated action is required to adapt to climate change at the same time as making rapid deep cuts in greenhouse gas emissions. So far, progress on adaptation is uneven, and there are increasing gaps between action taken and what is needed to deal with the increasing risks. The new report finds these gaps are largest among lower income populations.